Welcome here to the Salisbury Bowling Club. I'm TJ Saunders, joined today with Jess.
Hi, nice to be back in South Australia, TJ.
Well, it's a little bit cooler for you. Jess, of course, was my fellow host on Bowls Exposed and now lives in Brisbane.
Yes, Brisbane, yes, made the move up 3 months ago, so enjoying it as well.
Lovely. So, look, a little bit delayed here. We do have new cameras put in, and of course we seem to be in some sort of internet black hole out here. Salisbury, hopefully sponsored by Telstra, shortly be nice.
But yes, the game so far has been going well. It's been a bit one-sided so far in this pairs game, when we've got the Houston Comets versus the Southeastern, Heysen Comets versus the Southeast Spartans.
Absolutely. So for Heysen Comets out there on the screen today, leading Scott Thorburn with James Gregory and Nathan Black and Tyson Wilson for the Southeastern Spartans.
Yes.
And it has been, look, the score on this particular rink at the moment, 7-zip in favour of the Heysen Comets, but it's close.
It is. Yeah, they've had some good bowls. It's been some tight heads, so I can't say that it's been dominated one way with the way the heads have been, which has been good.
Yeah, look, for the first couple of ends, and we do apologise that getting late on that, but, you know, with Tyson just missing the head on a couple of weighted shots through the head, which would have changed it up, but I'm sure it's going to be reined in.
Yes. So we'll give you a quick update on the other one. So we've got the singles happening, and it looks like the Comets are taking an early lead, 5-0 over there. And on the triples, I think it's a close game over there, just some standing in the way.
Conveniently taken one step to the left and blocked the scoreboard for you, Jess.
Yes, he has. So we'll come back to the triples. But otherwise, the pairs are doing pretty interesting game so far.
So, Jess, I reckon you probably noticed it more than I did. Everyone was out there having a roll-up with the absence of one person, and he doesn't seem to be more than 6 inches away from it.
Exactly, yes. Scotty Thorburn turned up last minute, right before the game, and didn't need those roll-ups, no. I think he's had one wayward end, which was about 2 feet behind.
He doesn't seem to be rushing too much at the moment either.
No.
Very relaxed state on a Sunday morning for our Scotty Thorburn.
Yes.
So it's going to be a big day today with games at 10, 12, 2 and 4. There's still a pretty good crowd here for a Sunday morning.
Yeah, and it's not warm either.
No. Interesting thing is that from where we are on this side of the ring, it doesn't look like a great deal of people, but
there's a good splattering of people around, which is good. So hopefully the more will turn up more as the games come on around lunchtime.
Well, you can probably imagine last week the players had to arrive fairly early, photos, uniforms and so forth. Made for about a 7-hour day for them. Yeah,
it would have been a very long day. One good thing about these double headers today is at least they're getting their games done in the 2 slots. They don't have to play the first game and maybe the last game, which is a good little idea. So. Oh, we've got a weighted shot here by James.
James having a bit of a look.
He's took it out. You've got a result.
Absolutely got the result there, and probably from 1 down, 1 up, so a good turnaround. Fortunately, Tyson's still got a couple of bullets left to go.
And also, if you're watching, the people watching at home, feel free to ask some questions, and we'll try and answer them during the day. We're not promising anything, but we'll try.
So, Kane Goldsworthy, who I think's on his way here now.
So we've got a triple. So the triples have played 3 ends, and it looks like it's 4-1 to the Spartans.
Well, he's actually hit Kitty, gets re-spotted, and I reckon
he's got it. Yeah, he's got a couple there.
Well, probably got a couple there.
So to remind the people watching at home, so it's no dead ends. It's a respot on the 2-metre tee,
yep.
Which makes it a very different game. Quicker format.
Yeah, Jared Goodwin, how are you, mate? I'd definitely rug up. That wind's cutting through. Probably see a bit of stuff flying across the green, like maybe a table or a chair, as we had before the game, which delayed things just a little bit. So another couple of tidy bowls by James to change things around there. So I'm sure you're really missing this weather.
Oh,
Jess.
totally not. No, I've got about 4 layers on today. Had to get the winter gear out of the cupboard, which was not fun.
I actually don't mind the temperatures. The wind over here at the moment is really playing havoc with with furniture and all the sponsorship. To have the Sports Centre West End and Bowls SA signs flying at us earlier on. Just to remind us who the sponsors were. So we're heading in.
We're in the
8-0 on 4 ends, heading into the 5th end. Of course, these games are 18 ends. Young Nathan Black starting off reasonably well. It's a handy bowl.
Ooh. Be interesting to see how much this wind does affect the bowls today, because even though undercover is quite a strong crosswind. Ooh, he's put a short bowl in. Wayward bowl.
maybe strategic. It's interesting because the 3 bowl pairs. It's you hear arguments to and fro. Yes, it's a quicker game, but is the 3 bowl pairs specifically aimed more at a skipper's game?
Well, I've been playing 3 bowl pairs on a Saturday up in the Gold Coast in a tournament, and I feel like it's probably a leads game, because if your leads are putting in some good bowls, they're gonna have you're gonna have a good setup. So I think I don't think it's just a skipper's game, no.
Nope.
And yes, it is me, Patria. I am back in Adelaide for the weekend.
Well, spend a year to thaw back out in Brisbane, I guess.
Yes.
So, Jess, you were saying off camera, you're playing for Musgrave Hill.
Correct, yes. Playing Musgrave Hill, joined them. Great bunch of people up there. Very different clubs to here in Adelaide.
In what way would they be
different? Well, they're a lot bigger. A lot more. The fees are a lot more cheaper, though. I can tell you that. But they are driven by as the pokies, so it is a lot different. But pennant season's very different up there. So I'm playing down on the Gold Coast. So their pennants is Friday mornings for the women. No open gender on Saturdays. Well, there is, but it's Division 7 or lower.
Right. Okay.
And in the Gold Coast Div 1 is only 4 teams in the top Division 1. So
make for a quick season.
It's a very quick season. I think it was 6 games, 6 weeks. So
6 weeks and you're out.
6 weeks and you're out. So
wow.
Very quick season.
You wouldn't need to polish your bowls twice.
No, not at all. But otherwise, yeah, no, it's good. It's very different.
Hey, Craig Mills. Hey, how you going? And hope you're enjoying the birthday party. I know that he's at his daughter's. Bradford Parker, the doyen of bowl scoring. Thanks, Bradford. Must have been that extra bombers I gave you yesterday.
So interesting head over here. So it's a bit hard to tell from a distance of whose bowls are ours, because James and Nathan have got the same type of bowl. So
yeah, I would suggest that they're probably holding 2. I'll go out on a limb and say that the bowl at the bowls at 9 o'clock would be both the Heysen Comets.
Yes.
Because the worst thing is we can't actually see what stickers on that bowl. This the way that it's facing.
The way that it's facing, it's a bit hard.
Definitely working against us on this particular end. Well, I'll tell you what, he couldn't have put it any closer to where Scotty called for it.
Exactly. They're a dynamic duo, these two, they're turning out to be.
Yep. It's really deceptive, you're talking about that wind, and that the XG really breaks into that wind reasonably well, but here the other night coming that way, we're noticing that they held.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So
there you go.
That's a good call for TJ from that end. That's 0-1 TJ. But no, great.
He gets the Spartans on the board.
Puts them on the board. Well done. Yep. So after 5 ends, the Heysen Comets leading Southeastern Spartans 8-1.
Just another quick update. So on the triples, it looks like after 4 ends, it's 1-8 to the Spartans. And to the singles, after 6 ends, it is 6-4 Comets up.
Yep. So a bit of, I think we called this one in the show on Wednesday, Jess. Probably didn't see many games being 3-zip across the rinks, but this one so far sort of taking place the way you could probably predict it happening. So, look, you know, but there's still a lot of ends to go.
There is still a lot of
bowls
ends
left in the day.
Yes, I think I predicted a two game win to the Comets. So I did my tips so long ago though. So.
Yeah, the interesting thing is you'd like to sit there and say, you know, whether it's whether you'd be nervous, you're up against Scott Thorburn if you're Nathan.
Yes.
But you know, we know Nathan from the Adelaide Masters where he
exactly. Karen Murphy.
Karen Murphy.
Yeah.
So
it's one of those things that you have at the discussion with people. I was having this discussion when I was playing one of the teams up in Gold Coast. It's like, when you come across that person, that big name player, does the pressure come to you, or do you relish in that and try and play the best that you can? So,
well, it's interesting, and that's a good question. I'd like to sit there and give the advice that, you know, take that opportunity to do your very best. And you know what they say on any given Sunday, anything's possible.
Exactly. I'm one of those people who goes, it's just the name. They could have a bad day, so you might as well play as best as you can. So.
Exactly right. Probably looking for the god of glides there, but didn't pay off. But look, at the end of the day, if it's there, go for it.
Might as well.
They didn't make them round just to roll down the green.
Oh, James putting in another good one here.
Be interesting, Jess. Yeah, Nathan's giving him the call to go through, so you'll probably find a bit of a weight on this one. Yeah.
Yeah, bit of weighted shot here. Not full-blown weight,
but controlled.
It's all controlled.
He's got that, you know.
He's got it. Oh, we got the flick. Is it going to go out?
Tell you what, if not.
Oh.
Well, unfortunately.
Didn't get the respot.
The respot probably favours the Comets.
Yeah. Well, Scotty's calling it close.
Yeah. He'd say he knows how to call ahead.
Well, you would hope he would know how to call ahead.
I don't know what that wind's going to do. That's probably nothing, I'd suggest.
Well, there's the glide.
And that's probably done enough to make it not close.
No.
Wry smile on Scott's
face.
The worst thing you could do was be narrow.
Exactly.
Well, that's actually a really tidy bowl to add to the count.
Oh, it looks like James might be going for a bit of a weighted shot here.
Yep.
Yeah, controlled weight.
Well, he's happy with it.
Oh.
Just ducked on him at the last second. Of course, Jess, games have also got power plays in them, which actually change the dynamic as well.
Okay, so do they get to choose when they...
They do.
No, they do? Beautiful.
They do.
Cool.
And I think that's what I thought you'd see there is that Scotty called for the power play.
Oh, yeah.
So you can
putting
see
it
that
up.
going up
Yep.
on the scoreboard now. So the Heysen Comets playing their power play.
Okay. So is that it's double scores?
Yeah. Yes, so look, you know, there's obviously an opportunity to break away. So I reckon the score should be 8-3. Where's Ben Harris? So here we go.
So we've got a bit of internet problems
Yeah,
down
so,
here today. So
Gren, a little bit early, mate, but thank you very much. I've actually got game 2 off. You'll get the sparring partner of Stuart Forbes on here. I have absolutely no idea, Craig Mills, where Ben Harris is. Haven't seen him. And of course, Tony Lucas, did Jackson have an early night? Yes, he did, mate. He's had plenty of sleep. Because Tony worried about my lad for game 3 in the pairs.
oh, game 3 in the pairs. So it looks like from the other game that's happening at the moment between Southern Blazers and is that the Mallee Knights is the blue team?
No, they're the Northern Knights.
Oh, the Northern Knights.
Yep, versus the Blazers.
Versus the Blazers. It looks like it's 13 all on the overall score. That's as much as I can see at the moment.
Yep.
Bit hard to see the individual score ranks
So
because there's some poles in the way.
Jeff Munn's down 3-6 against Bernie Ward in the singles. And if that board's actually correct...
Yeah, 18-0.
That's 18...
Oh, hang on, no, it's gone back to 8.
Might be 8. There's a bit of wind blowing around. But 8 zip it looks like over there in favour of the Northern... No, sorry.
No, the
Southern Blazers.
Southern Blazers, yes.
As we said on Wednesday, to anyone's listening and watches the show, it is actually difficult to see over onto the far 3 rinks as the players and spectators sort of getting away of the board. So we don't actually have clear vision on that. But we do have clear vision on this pairs game, and of course Tyson.
Tyson's throwing a good one here.
He's actually put, yeah, that's a cracker.
That's a good ball there. Looking good here from James.
Well,
has he got the jack?
Only just. Just looking to drag that off, you'd suggest. Didn't want to do too much damage. Get around it and sit. What do you reckon, Jess? He's down 1.
He's down 1. The wind is just picking up.
Jess is demonstrating her reflexes.
Yes, trying to anyway. So James has got last bowl with their power play, so probably does help them call in the power play when they've got last bowl.
Yep.
And it looks like he's got a good one here.
Tell you what. Hey?
Oh, beautiful bowl there by
you
James.
Go. No time to relax for Tyson here,
No.
unfortunately. But up to the challenge.
Going for a bit of a weighted draw here.
Tyson thinks to himself, I've had enough of this, so I'm going to tell you what.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bit of a, what you call a bit of a free kick here. You hold one.
Holding
you
one.
know,
Try and
you
get
got
the numbers.
Well,
Yeah.
your opportunity to get a number here moves that kitty off towards Scott by 6 inches. That brings the other 2 in. Plus the one
the
doing
double
the damage.
play. Yeah.
And of course the power play.
He's
You
having
like
a
it,
look
Jimmy?
at it. He's having a look at it.
He likes it.
He likes it. Oh, just a bit quick.
Oh.
Ooh.
That's power play.
Just the one.
I thought you liked it out of the head. Jimmy, what's going on?
So they got one that it made it 2.
Yep, power play. So look, you know, they just keep propping that lead along.
The crowd's starting to come in now, so which is good. Getting ready for the more games this afternoon. Yep. So hopefully the crowd just gets bigger.
Yep. What's that's meant to be Nova Gardens Bowling Club. I don't understand.
Yeah,
Ben.
Mm.
I might have missed something there. What's meant to be Nova Gardens? I don't know, did we make a reference to some club? I'm not too sure.
I'm not sure.
I was actually at Nova Gardens yesterday having a roll up.
Oh, were you?
No. Get out on the punch carpet.
On the punch carpet.
Very similar carpet to this year, they tell me, if not the same.
If not the same. And they got the shade cloth over the top and the hotter days.
They didn't yesterday,
They
thankfully.
didn't. I don't think they would have needed it yesterday.
No.
Young Nathan's still bowling well against Scotty here, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You could throw a mat over all 4 of those bowls and the kitty sitting dead centre.
Exactly.
But,
that wind is holding them nicely. He's having some good finish on it.
Yep. There's 5 bowls you can put a mat over. I've actually seen a couple of times that I've played and had the fortunate pleasure of being caught with having too many bowls close, as it was said.
Yes.
People come into that head, particularly on a 10 to 12 second green, where they come up and
have a go at it.
And sort of
the eyes light up a bit.
Yeah, well, mine didn't, because when you're holding 5 and you go 1 down, and particularly someone puts a 6 to 8 feet short bowl on a couple of times, and the next one they dead bing it on, or they come off everything. Yeah,
there you go.
Jackson bowl at Nova Gardens Bowling Club, and he was an absolute gentleman and a terrific bowler.
Well, there you go.
Thank you very much, Ben. Appreciate it.
Yes, Jackson's got a game coming up later today, so...
Yep. Because Ben was nice enough to come and introduce himself to us as we arrived yesterday to have a roll-up.
Beautiful.
Just happened to be sort of a club gathering, about 8 of us out there, roll-up.
Oh, got a measure over on the triples. It's good to see Penny and the umpires getting involved today. And we do thank the umpires and for volunteering for these matches, because we do need them today and all the other games, so we do thank them.
Yep. Well, you know, the game, not just this, but the game in general wouldn't exist without the great time and energy that all volunteers put into all parts of the club, and, you know, the work they do around the club.
Exactly.
Interesting thing with this head here.
Ooh.
Yeah, it can go. That's the thing. You get that bowl in there, and any movement, anything can happen.
Exactly. Having close bowls helps.
So.
Wonder what James will do here. He's got
He'll do exactly what he was told to do, as any one of us would.
Especially when you got Scotty staring down at you on the other end.
Hey, mate, trust me, I know what I'm doing. You know, you get it 2 feet short on something like this with the wind. There's not much in it.
There's not much in it, no.
It's easy to understand if you to probably appreciate it more. It's the tent that we're under, with people holding that down at certain times. That the wind is really gusting up, and
it is. And it's not a constant gust. It's probably halfway through your action gust. So, and it's a very strong gust, if anything, by the way this marquee is going.
Well, the southeastern Spartans there pick up another one. Well, yeah. Our production team asked, is it a marquee or a sailboat? I think he's probably right. It's probably more of a sailboat at the moment.
I think so.
I know that the one directly opposite, that they've taken all the sides off it to prevent that sail from happening, but unfortunately we have to protect all the IT equipment and so forth, so we'll be a little bit more sheltered than that. Yeah.
So the Spartans haven't called their power play yet in this pairs game. It might be a bit of tactics holding on towards the end to see if they can get a few to catch up.
Sure, I did see the coach there talking to Tyson, so working out some sort of plan. We saw it last week, there's an optimum time to do it, whether that puts pressure on the opposition or what, but you get a feeling there the next two ends go in favour of the Comets. You might be stretched catching them. Yeah,
well, we've got a bit of changing on the other two rings. It looks like the Spartans in the singles have taken the lead, 6-10, and in the triples we've gone to close. It's 7-8 Spartans way, so triples have become the close game now. So it's still anybody's game here.
Yeah. Of course, Darren Niblett representing the Heysen Comets in the singles. Very interesting to see Ash Hall sitting on the boundary line at the moment too. Who's also a formidable singles player.
Yes.
A bit of work to do here for young James Gregory. Go in there and consolidate.
Try and get the score ticking over a bit more, get a bit more of a lead.
And of course, Tyson's going to be doing everything he can to stop that, I'd suggest.
I would suggest. It looks like he's going some weight straight up.
Yep. So there you go.
Oh, and he picked it up. Respot on the tee.
There you go. That's it's nice. Of course, that goes from from one down. That's Nathan Black's bowl there now shot.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yep. So.
Looks like they're going to be matching, going quick again. Oh.
Probably the bowl, Scott Folburn's bowl, with that same shot, he hits that, he'll probably get that result that he's looking for, I'd suggest.
Yeah.
Which makes this next bowl positional very important. Ooh.
Looking for the trail this time. That's the call by Scotty.
Well,
the double tap glide.
Do you think they got that face where they go, I'm really disappointed, but inside they're like clapping?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what James does, but I'll tell you what, he hasn't left that. That's actually finished in a pretty good spot.
It has finished, and both of Scotty's, they're good catches right there. If they take out,
you put it up there, you put it in the area, you're going to get a result. Yep. Well, put it this way, if he tries this, hits his own out, they're no worse off.
No, exactly. There he goes. Oh, got the gap.
I often think that if you got paid money to find gaps like that, would you ever hit them?
Probably not. Probably not.
Because so Scott Tholburn called definite too, so that brings the score back to the Southeastern Spartans 6-10. with Nathan Black leading them off.
So just to remind the people at home who might have not watched last week, like me, so is it the same as pennants? Is it the overall?
It is the
overall?
Yes, it is the overall. Obviously, it's handy to pick rinks up, but the overall score does come into the count. So a bit of noise going over there from the Northern Knights. Just
looks like Kane
Cools and young Jack Trenorden playing the pairs there for the Northern Knights. Against Gavin Pfeiffer.
Oh, just
who?
Oh, drawed out.
I was actually driving up here. They pull up the lights right next to Jeff Munn of the Southern Blazers, and said, "Good luck today, mate. I've actually picked you." And he goes, "We didn't pick me last week and I won." So he goes, "I might as well turn around and go home."
Oh.
Because Jeff Munn, good friend of mine.
Good friend of yours.
Take a bit of a joke and a ribbing, but very serious when he gets into that green, and doing some great work down at the Port Noarlunga club.
Beautiful.
So 3 very close bowls from Young. He's actually got Scotty driving.
Ooh, missed it.
Yet again, $50 every time you find the gap. We wouldn't find the gap, Scotty. What do you reckon?
Leaders shouldn't drive, mate.
Leaders shouldn't drive.
Scotty.
Leaders shouldn't drive. Terrible call by
Scotty, we made mention today, mate. You didn't have much of a roll-up. I don't reckon your first 9 bowls were more than 12 inches away from the kitty.
I was out at Tanunda all morning. Very similar surface. I got up at 5 this morning.
Yep.
Went down there trying to find a bit of rhythm, and it paid off.
You did, yeah. No, it's going well. How are you finding it at the moment? I mean, the young lads are keeping you going.
Yeah, no, it's a quality game, especially sort of first up without much of a role for anyone. The standard early was great. Jimmy was on fire, and but credit to Tyson and young lad. They've really put on a bit of a show as well. So
yeah,
it's just good fun.
Because it's James. Oh, hey,
He needs to hit a jack here. Would be nice. Or a couple out. He's got the same up.
Another gap. Another $50.
You say I've already done that.
Big old. Need to learn to miss by more to get lucky, I think. Get off one of my bowls.
So how are you finding the surface out there with the wind?
Oh, it's tricky, but it's it's there. If you play a good weight, you generally get rewarded. So he's blocked the hole there.
Well, this could be dangerous.
Come on, Jimmy. I'll leave you with it, boys.
Cheers. Thanks, Scotty.
See you, Scotty.
It's the dulcet tones of one Scott Tholburn. Who,
James took one out.
He has taken one out. It lessens the pain a little bit. He's got one bowl to do the magic. I still reckon he's probably got 3 or 4 down here.
Yeah. It is hard to tell with those things, but I'm pretty sure all of James's 2 are up on the up in the ditch.
James's 2 are out. Well, they were Nathan Black's bowls all around it with Tyson Wilson's right on it. And of course, one of Scott's is out.
Oh, he's told him where to hit it.
Yeah. Gonna need to get. Gonna have to hit.
He's got it.
He got it right.
He split them.
He swept them all. Oh, he's hit it where he's told to hit it. Tyson, mate. You guys joined with Tyson. How are you today, mate?
Yeah, good, thanks.
So you got out to a slow start, but we called it that you guys would claw back, and obviously he got the ultimate hit on that one. You guys probably holding a handful there, were you?
Yeah, we were holding about 4, I think it was, before we got that one. Yeah, sort of spooned that last one on.
Yeah. Well, since I've been saying during the commentary, and you get a mat over 5 or 6 bowls at any one time on that green, so you guys are putting up some good quality bowls. A little bit unlucky early in the game, I'd suggest.
Oh yeah, Jimmy's been bowling really well. He's been playing big shots his last few ones.
Yep.
And Scotty's just been all over it, just nailing it. Just front end bowls.
We talk about the power play, mate. We're going to see that coming out shortly, are we?
Yeah, well, we've got a couple to use in 8N, so better use them soon.
Yep. Well, you know, it would have been interesting that there would have tied it all up. Actually, 10-all.
Yeah. We're just going to jump back on now.
Jump on, mate. Well, good luck.
Yeah, cheers, mate.
Cheers, buddy. Toby Kay from the Adelaide Bowling Club. Hi, Jess and TJ.
Hi, Toby.
I'm sure Toby's up to no good.
I'm sure he's probably sitting around watching the game on TV.
I'm sure he's sitting at home in his lovely home down there on the coast, enjoying the game.
Well, the overall scoreboard, so we've got to play 27 ends, and it's 26 all.
That's not much closer than that.
No. The triples is 8 all after 7 ends, and it looks like it's a very tight head over there. I can see two of Alex's pink bowls close, so for the Southeast Spartans, but can't really tell the other ones from this angle. The singles are still quite close, 8-13 to the Southeast Spartans.
Yep, a little bit of weight. Back to this game, of course. Doing some work with the camera down there of some description, not too sure what it is, but it's actually interesting if you come to think about it, Jess, that the transition of the game, it wasn't that long ago that it was you know, whites only, and
yes,
yeah.
Black bowls.
Black bowls, yeah.
And then the coloured bowls came out, and then the colour uniforms came out.
No, get a wave, Jess.
Oh,
there you
yes, that's my grandmother.
There you go. That's your grandmother waving.
Yes.
Okay. Thought it was your mum.
No, my grandma. Grandma come out. She's bowler at Gawler Bowls Club. Not too far for her to travel.
Yeah, it's interesting. You know, it's as we're saying, that someone came to me last season and said he's got a colour that no one else uses on the green. He pulled out black bowls.
Well, there's still a few people around that have their black bowls. Yep. They are cheaper if you buy them, so. Although I think
you'd almost have to think that they'd pull out that power play very soon.
You would have to think.
Oh.
You'd have to hope. Oh, we got the coach.
Oh, we got the coach of the Heysen Comets.
Comets coming in. Oh, he's not. He's avoided us.
He's keeping on going.
I reckon they're holding at least one here, the Spartans, but it is a very tight head to tell. I reckon that's one, if not two, the holding there. It is hard for us to see. We're about midway, probably further closer to the clubhouse end than we are anything else here at the moment. And from our angle, we can't even see the kitty. No. But very good heads.
I'll say two.
You're going to say two? I'm going to say one.
You're going to say. Well, if he is holding, we won't see much damage done, so we'll soon know.
We'll soon know.
I don't know if that's going to have the mustard to get all the way there.
Ooh,
Close.
Snuck in behind. Oh, three. We're both wrong. There you go.
We're both wrong. Is there such a thing of being more right than wrong?
Well, that would have been a good end for them to have their power play.
That brings it back to 12-9.
12-9,
so,
yeah.
you know,
no power play called yet.
No, still not yet. Like he said, they've got two to use.
Two to use. So, okay, they've got two during the game. Beautiful.
Two during the game, and of course their Heysen Comets still with one power play up their sleeve. Probably see more of a crowd starting to build as the day goes on. Of course, that who really wants to get up at 9 o'clock, be at a bowls green at 9 o'clock on a winter's Sunday?
We did.
We did.
We did.
Didn't say I wanted to.
No. I was just lucky I didn't have very far to drive. Oh, bad start here by Scotty.
I'd just call it a different start.
A different start?
Different start.
It's that mid-game slump that you normally have.
Yeah, just one starts at N2 and finishes at N21.
Fun. Have the great start and the first end, and then that's it.
No, you've only got to bowl really, really well in the last two ends.
Exactly. Selectors. What is it? The selectors.
Selectors start looking around at N20
Yep.
and 21.
They have a look at the first end and then the last ends. Ah, there you go. He's rectified it.
There we go. He obviously heard you talking, Jess.
He must have.
Yeah, well, that would definitely explain why Scott rocked up last minute. Then, if he was there warming up close to home,
Yes.
that would make more sense. Probably not the.
Ooh.
See, it's probably not the sort of day you want to come in cold with no warm up.
No. It is a bit chilly down here at Salisbury today.
Yeah, but not just that. Just getting used to this.
Getting used to, yeah. I've only played here once before, and it was before they restretched it for the second time, and it is difficult to try and get your line, especially in the wind.
We last week were saying to this green, because the rink 1's the TV rink for the series. Well, it is at the moment. It started to, obviously with the cool air, slow down.
Yes.
And hold. So a couple of players reckon you had two to three different greens to learn each time you're on it.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah. Well, I'm just having a look at the weather. So around here, they're saying it's 15 degrees, but it feels like 4 degrees, which would be about right. And the wind is being about 52 k's.
52.
52 k's.
And I think we're feeling every kilometre.
I think we are today. So if you are coming down later on down to Salisbury, make sure you do bring a jacket and rug up a little, because it is a bit chilly, but hopefully the sun will pop out.
I said, don't let that stop you coming
down.
down.
No, don't let it stop you coming down.
I had a beautiful egg and bacon, cheese and onion roll.
Yum. And I'm sure lunch will be even nicer.
Well, I'm sure it will be. I'll tell you what, they definitely dressed the part. They're dressed in chef's outfits.
They've got the whole look going.
Yep. I don't think they've got come and try bowls today, though.
No, I think it might. Apparently,
that windsurfing.
Windsurfing.
That gets around that. It's tidy. What do you reckon, Jess?
Oh, it's a interesting head here. It's I reckon the Spartans are just holding there with Tyson's bowl on the.
Yep.
Which bowl's Tyson going to get here?
Nothing for short. You would
Nothing
suggest
short.
on this
No,
one?
I reckon it'll be looking to come under Nathan's bowl there in front, looking to pick up Jack. Take it back to Scotty's.
I'll tell you now, he's not going to be short. He's definitely looking for Jack.
He's looking for Jack. If he's under it. Oh.
I'll tell you what. They're this is it. That's early in the game. It was one way. Now it's swung back. With Scotty and James finding a couple of gaps there, because coming back that way on the end previous to that one, it was James absolutely nailing it completely and cleaning it out. As I said, if you got $50 for every hole you found, would you actually make any money?
So we've got a game on our hands now.
We do.
So we've got 12-10 Comets way. Oh, so
Jenny Alvaro.
That's my mum. So she would like
to
us
explain the power play. Well, there's 2 power plays for each team a game. They can call that prior to the end commencing. if they win the end, they get to double the shots. So
it's very strategic the way they will use it.
Very.
And so Comets have used one of their power plays, and the Spartans haven't not used either of their power plays yet.
And on the 13th end, that's not leaving many to go.
No.
But you think at 10-12...
You'd be coming out soon.
The first one's going to have to come out the next couple of ends just to try and consolidate that score, get in front, put some pressure back on to the Heysen Comets.
It would be interesting to see if it does get close, if they both pull it out, both out on the last end. To see how close it gets,
that would be very interesting.
Good leading here by Nathan, keeping the pressure on Scotty.
You know what he's done really well this game, Nathan. That's not to say that Scott hasn't, but
no.
It's interesting how you view some players and you go, well, expectation is that they're always going to be around the mark.
Yes, so true. And Scotty is one of those players that you would expect to be 85% close to the Jacks, so especially leading.
Yeah, I could think of one or two other people you'd want as lead, but you wouldn't go too far past him.
Oh,
well, that's
it was a good little. You changed the head up, but I don't think it might have gone their way. But it is a bit hard to tell from where we're sitting. Looks like we've got a bit of a sun shower happening here. But it's not bothering the crowd, which is good.
Well, he needs to make contact with this one.
It's coming in hot.
Well, he's made contact with something.
Oh, lost it. Hi Tina, watching from Coober Pete. It's great to see you watching, and I hope you're enjoying the bowls today. And there's more bowls to come.
Absolutely, but of course another 3 televised matches after this at 12, 2 and 4 SA time. Mixing around with the program is that these guys switch around, go out there for the 12 o'clock game.
Yes.
Obviously have the option to stick around or mosey on home.
Yes, because the teams will change for the next game as well, so it won't be the same people playing. There will be some new people coming in. Some will stay, some will come in, which is good.
We'll be actually watching the
pairs?
Southern Blazers pairs of against Heysen Comets.
Yes, and it looks like there's some good. We got mostly a girls' game in that one, which is good to see.
Yeah, we've got Stephanie Clark and Gavin Pfeiffer up against Cassandra Harvey and Grace Maloney.
Be a good little game, that one.
Of course, Grace Maloney plays for the Heysen Comets. Josh Thompson, not Lucy Tillier. Who, of course, we went through, and Josh on Wednesday, he was referring to his teammate as Grace Maloney, and I'll have to forgive him. He just come back from his honeymoon in New Zealand and probably hadn't had a close look at who was in his team.
Oh, we got James going for some weight here.
Well,
oh, that was a result. That was a good result. Yeah. That was a very good result. Puts a bit of Tyson under a bit of pressure now.
Yeah. I could suggest that he's not going to be short, Jess.
No.
And my guess is right.
James going quickly down to have a look at the head to see what his last bowl will do.
Don't know what extra value they could actually give down here. I mean, you know, turn it in for 2, I get that. Probably don't want to spring that kitty out there.
No. Coming down to the last few ends, they don't want to be giving away shots that they've been holding. So James got to play with some caution here, I would say. Oh yes, Jenny, great to see you watching from Counterbain. Yes, you can watch Steph in the next game, as we just mentioned. So.
All the tension on this bowl.
Oh, don't know.
I don't know if he wanted to do that.
Scotty's put his hands up for 2. Oh,
Big
looks
Jay
like
Gregory dodges a bullet on that one.
So it's now 14-10 after 13 ends.
Sorry. Jimmy, you got nervous on that one? No, not nervous, just
Not
angry.
nervous, yeah, just
angry.
just disappointed that he didn't get the 4. And it looks like we've got a power play called. I can't tell from here who's called the power play,
and
though.
Good morning, Gary. It's good of you to wake up. Is it televised on what channel? Channel Facebook.
Channel Facebook, yes. Yes, channel Facebook. It looks like the Spartans have called the power play.
Yeah.
Which is...
Very well done.
Yes.
Exactly right, yeah. So we're getting a different connotation that if you lose the power play, you've got to do a lap around the Salisbury Club.
Be an interesting strategic.
I wouldn't be one to be doing it.
No. Wouldn't be calling out any power plays then.
So there was still 2 more power plays after this. They're going to have 1 each after this end, with 3 ends to play.
3 ends to go. Be interesting.
But you know, for a game that started off in the first 4 ends the way that it did, Jess,
Oh, it's been a very good game.
turned into an absolute cracking game. Yeah.
It just took Tyson and Nathan a little bit to settle into the groove and work out James and Scotty's tactics, and they're hitting back now, so which is great. Oh, there's a ripper of a bowl there from Mr. Tholburn.
Yep. Like I said, you could do far worse with a lead than Scott. Probably why James is grinning all the time.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, I won the lottery here.
Yeah. I just saw the team sheet. I think you got it upside down.
Well, it looks like in the other games, it looks like the Spartans have gone out to a big lead in the triples, 18-8. Yep. And in the pairs, it's still the Spartans up 10-15. Yep. So the overall at the moment has the Spartans up. But there's still a few ends to go. We're not sure what happened with power plays, if they've been called on the other ones. So still a few ends to go.
Voice you can hear is actually Justin Parkinson from the Blazers giving direction. Happens to be on rink 7.
Right at the end.
He's right on the other side.
That's a good bowl there by James, covering the back.
Yeah, that last one.
Look at concentration on Tyson's face with this bowl.
The reality is that that is an absolute
big bowl, but don't know if it went their way.
Don't know, but when you got the power play, you really have to win the end.
You really have to win the end, and you almost have to take that risk as well, just to try and get big numbers.
Yep.
They get 2, double it, 4. We've got a tied game.
Yep. Looking at dead park that.
Oh, it's a
Very
good
nice,
home.
Very nice white.
Yes. It's not going to be short here, Tyson.
No, it's definitely not reaching white.
Oh.
Very close indeed.
Very close.
You really don't know whether the Heysen Comets are up or down by the look of their face, because they're always smiling.
They're always smiling. They just love to be out here playing.
Exactly right. No problem, Tina. So there are a lot of things for us to watch and see, and the screen right in front of us often is the last thing we look at.
Yeah. Just pulled it up short.
Not too sure if that clapping is well done or
No.
I'm just going to make the opposition nervous.
Nervous?
That I know something they think that they don't know.
Oh, that sounds like Scotty. Well, they're having a good look, so they might not be sure that they're holding here. They might be trying to look at how they can get numbers.
Well, he's looking at forehand in there somehow.
Looking at maybe roll his over or sit on Scotty, come under and Skittles.
Roll it over and kick it though.
No.
It's all against him over on that side.
Oh no, it's gone weight.
But not of that weight. Yeah, it's probably not the result that he wanted. See Nathan looking for the ejection seat.
Oh.
Yeah, that's 4.
Oh, it's 3 taken out.
Yeah, well, it's a lot more damage to come, I think.
Not a good end for their power play.
But as I said, you
got to pull it out.
You have to pull it out and go for it.
3.
Takes 17-10 with 4 ends to go.
Well, the crowd's starting to get bigger down here for the next game, which is great to see.
Drawn out into the lulling sense of that sun for what they called for rain.
They did call for rain, but
production team tell us don't talk about rain.
Don't talk about the rain.
Don't talk about the rain. We've got lots of garbage bags to cover everything up when it rains. Of course, the production team I've actually met previously on the SA Sports Show. See? Gave it away. I cheated.
You cheated.
Promoting the game with Phil Smythe and Greg on the show. So we're no means, shape or form a clear winner in this yet.
No clear winner yet. We've still got power play each to play on this pairs game. And overall, it's been a bit lopsided, so...
Well, the interesting thing is, they've played 11 ends in the triples game. The score's 9-18 in favour of the Southeast Spartans. However, it looks like the Southeast Spartans are on a power play over there.
It does look like that, yes.
Power play here in the singles for the Heysen Comets.
Oh, both. They're both playing the power play.
Both on there. Same as at the end.
Last end. See, last end.
Last end.
So we've got last end on the singles.
Well, I'm just going to go out on a limb here and suggest that when you're 10-19 down, you've got a power play. Darren Nibblett's going to be trying to look to pick up a 4. He won't win, but he'll lessen the margin for the other rinks to at least climb up and over the top. Back here to the pairs.
Looks like Spartans are holding at the moment, but it's a bit hard to tell from this angle. Plenty of room for James and Tyson to draw more shots in, so...
Yeah, they've left them a little bit of room there. It's very much open there on the far side from us.
No problems, Linton. Thank you for the feedback, and feel free to watch for the rest of the day. We've got plenty of games coming up, so...
Josh Tyson's playing as good as he did at footy yesterday. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. He seems to be finding a few gaps. He must have kicked a few goals.
Oh, James.
Showing that's the pathway.
Yeah.
Of course, a lot of the crowd coming at the moment is actually for guys rocking up for Game 3.
Yes.
So you wanted to get out here, sort of get a feel for the environment and conditions.
Have a watch of the bowl, see what it's doing, how the wind is playing.
Yeah. 52 kilometres an hour playing.
Well, the singles over there with both having a power play looks like they're a bit wayward on this.
You find so the Spartans are holding 2 at the moment.
Looks like it, yeah. Oh, looks like James might have another one here. Oh no, just rolled it behind.
Tyson going to look to do some damage into this head right now.
Yeah. He's got contacts. Oh, I think he took his out.
Took one of his own out. Yeah, Heysen Comets definitely holding 2 there.
Yeah, definitely holding 2.
James looking to see if lightning will strike twice.
Put it up a bit short. Oh, they're getting excited over there.
Oh, he's very excited.
That was the singles.
They make a lot of noise these singles.
They do, they do. But when you're playing for a team, it's all about the team.
Still nothing in these 2 games, ladies and gentlemen. The Spartans edging away from the Comets. If you're a fan of Comets, get behind them, see if they can come back late in the piece. And the Blazers and the Knights nearly all square. So make sure you throw your support behind those 2 teams to get them over the line. We're nearing the end. Keep up the good work.
It's Matthew Northcott on the speaker, just as people are jumping on the mat. Well done, Matt.
So comments on that last 10. I'm not sure how many they picked up. Didn't quite see how many they picked up.
I think it's a 2. But I've been wrong every other time.
Yeah, you have, yeah.
In here, 3.
So in the singles, they're all finished in the singles. It was a Southeast Spartans win, 23-10.
Yep. It's a consolidated win, isn't it?
It is a very consolidated win. So well done to the Spartans on getting the win in the singles. 13 shots up.
Yeah.
Hey.
So James Gregory just suggesting, Scott, we need all the shots we can get.
Yes. Yeah, well, it's, considering the triples in the comments, they're down 13 as well. That's 26 shots that they need to get the overall. He's asking a bit.
Well, the good thing is for the triples, there's a lot of ends to go in that game.
They do. So
13 at the moment, so there's a lot of bowls to come down. I think Scott's actually suggesting that, James, I'll put him at the back there, you drag the kitty to me.
I think so. He's gone, I've done my work, your work now.
Yep. Wind's starting to pick up.
The wind is starting to pick up just a tad more, yes.
Well. Yep. So the Southeast Spartans holding 3 with Tyson and James Gregory to come.
Oh, got James playing some weight here. Is he looking at breaking that up?
Looking to hit something. Looking to hit the bowls and hit the bank instead.
Yep. Sounds like one of my drives. Oh, some action happening over on the other pair's game, it sounds like. Must be coming down to the wire down over there.
Yep, so Scott indicating that last bowl's covering tee, so a little bit more width on this one.
It's got it. Oh, we got one.
I actually thought he was a little bit unlucky. I thought he would have got both of them. Of course, hindsight being a beautiful thing.
Yes.
It's where your power play would want to be, wouldn't it?
This is when they wanted the power play, yes. Tyson drawing in another good one here.
Well, he's actually just put it back.
He's just put it back,
He
yeah.
actually just replaced the bowl that left. And it's still count.
Wonder what James will do over here. Are we? We've got Deanna coming over.
So, my daughter seems to be watching.
Oh, your daughter's watching. Oh, isn't that nice?
Hello, Deanna.
Hi, how are
You
you?
would have to be really happy with your team today.
I'm extremely happy with my team.
And the two young lads here in the pairs are really, and they're accounting for themselves really well.
Yes, I believe they're holding their own. We're losing everything.
Sorry, we're just having a bit of wind technical to you here.
Yep, that's what happens when you set up a sail in a windy day. You lose all your IT equipment.
You do.
Not to be outdone, there goes all the cue cards and everything. And what's your name again? No. So Deanna, one more power play to go.
Yes, we have. So that could be interesting. We had a good power play in our singles game on the last end.
Yep.
That was good. But you know, I feel that Nathan and Tyson has played extremely well considering the calibre of players that they're up against.
Well, we were talking earlier. I mean, they're no slouches themselves. They're both representing under 18s, and Tyson obviously out of that squad now. He plays for Grange. But yeah, you're right. I mean, the people that are up against. In all fairness, I think everyone out here in their own right's a good bowler.
That's right.
The young lads that probably had a little bit of, I guess, didn't have the luck go their way in the first half a dozen ends. But they've really come back down. They're bowling really good bowls.
Well, I think they've settled down. I think for Nathan, I mean, he's only 14. It must be a thrill to start with for him to be playing against Scott. So maybe a little bit of nerves come in the beginning, and then he's settled down, and I think that he's matched him quite well.
Well, we were saying earlier with Nathan, of course, he's got a pretty big scalp to his name. He beat Karen Murphy.
Yes.
Well,
in
he
the
did.
singles
That's
Adelaide
right.
Masters, so
That's right.
I don't know if Scott would be in his gun sight now.
He could be. He's doing well against him anyway.
He is.
Well, there's still 3 ends to go, and there's only a handful of shots in it. To be honest with you, was it 19-13? And as you said, you got a power play to come.
Yes, we have. So it'll be an interesting finish to see where we go with the
Tell you what, he
the
could
pairs.
Yeah,
started
touch
off
her
better than
straight
that.
up. Yeah.
So
No, he's got a good future ahead of him, hasn't he?
he certainly does. Because your triples over there at the moment are really consolidating.
Yes, they've had a good run over there as well.
Any standout performance over there at the moment?
Well, Alex as a lead, she's been getting them fairly close most of the time.
Yep.
That really, the three of them have just melded quite well together. Seeing it's the first time the three of them today has played.
Yep.
Obviously, Scott and Tony have played on last game, but no, very happy with all of them.
And they're also teammates on Saturdays as well.
Well, Scotty and Tony are. They play skipper and third.
So a little bit of camaraderie going on there. I thought Woodall was about to push Scotty Bins over.
That's right. well, that's what you'd expect from Ian, wouldn't you?
Well, Deanna, thanks very much for
Okay,
joining us.
thank you very
Good
much
luck
for
the rest of the
asking
game.
me.
Thanks,
you.
Deanna. Cheers. Of course, that was Deanna Amos, of the coach of the South Eastern Spartans, doing a fantastic job with her team. They've got them convincingly in front of them.
Yeah, they are very convincingly in front, and though there is still at least 4 ends to go in the triples, so they could still have a bit of a comeback. And the pairs, as you said, still power play to still play each, so be interesting to see when they decide to both teams pull that out.
There's,
yes, Jenny, it is 1913 the Comets way, correct. So we just had a bit of technical difficulties with the wind. The wind.
Tipping over the commentary box.
Jocks, yes. Papers flying everywhere. So it looks like Nathan's got shot here. As they cross over.
So, got the CEO bowls there, say Mark Heysen doing some
Doing some work,
modifications to the
yeah.
team. Thank you, Mark. He's made it back into a tent rather than a sail now. And I went to bowls at Salisbury and ended up in Hope Valley.
It's not far for you to travel.
Not by air.
Not by air, no.
But as you heard from Deanna, you know, talking about the 4 guys out there, the quality bowlers all round. But
some great bowlers.
You know, I don't think that the lads have actually been off put by who they're up against.
No, to be honest, no, I don't think they are. I think they're holding their own and they're doing a great job.
Well, so we've joined with by Scott Hocking, coach of the Heysen Comets. Scott, how are you, mate?
Good, mate. Good. Good.
Your thoughts and feelings about the proceedings today so far?
The feelings were good, thoughts were good, but going to be tough from here to get over this.
From what I've been seeing in the triples, it looks like they're down by just missing shots.
Yes, they're close, they're around the mark, they just can't quite get it.
Yeah. So one of the few ends I've been watching from the corner of my eyes, it looks like they've just missed conversion shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just not quite getting it in when it counts. So that's all right. They're around the mark, which is awesome.
We had Scott on here on a passing on an end once, and I said, mate, for you to rock up right on 10 o'clock in your first 6 to 9 bowls are no more than 12 inches off, and he told us he'd actually been warming up at Kapunda.
No, Tanunda.
I call, okay.
you think it, yeah, well, I can only go on what we're told.
I think you've been led astray, I reckon.
Well, I'm happy to be led astray this time. But look, the young lads against James and Scott, you know, they've executed themselves really well, but
yes.
But James and Scott, they've also missed and found gaps as well. So, you know, it's really interesting going. You know, Scott suggested the wind was affecting it in some way, shape or form. Not overly. I mean, Scott's never going to tell you the conditions are affecting it, but reality is the guys, just said that probably your singles there probably left you exposed a little bit.
Yes.
On the overall.
Yes. Yeah, Darren struggled, that's for sure. Just couldn't get himself into the game, I don't think. He just seemed to just be not around it today.
Yep. And you have days like that.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Oh,
sure
belted by Tyson there. Sorry to interrupt, but just belted by Tyson, just drew in for second shot.
Yep. Yeah, so a bit of work to do for James.
I think we're going to struggle, but that's all right.
We've got another game still to come.
So one more game to come.
One more game to come, and we'll be bigger and better.
So who are we up? What's the next game for you?
Blazers.
The Blazers.
Southern Blazers.
They're over there at the moment are having a bit of a tussle. I think they're probably down overall.
Oh, by six it looks like
6.
on the overall. Yeah.
Yes. I think the pairs are struggling, and the singles is 11-15. So I think might be a good hit out for you in the next one.
Well, I'm hoping so. I think if we can walk away today with 1-1, it'll be good.
Good. Awesome, mate. Well, thanks for joining us.
Cheers, bud.
Thanks, Scott.
Mate.
Thanks, James.
Thank you. Oh, so we've got a double power play on the last end. I called it.
You did. Jess called it. You called that from many ends ago.
So, if it could be anybody's game now, really.
Well,
19, 15?
4 shots in it.
Four shots in it.
6 bowls each on the deck. You do the maths. It's anyone's game.
Anyone's game. And the Comets have last bowl. See the Comets in their nice bright yellow uniforms. The next team's getting ready for the next game.
Yep. Warming up,
stretching,
hydrating. There's lots and lots of water out there at the moment, I'm sure.
And we do thank our sponsors for today. We got City of Salisbury, Bowls and West End, and Bowls SA.
Absolutely. Thank you very much to all of the great work that and generosity of the sponsors to have an event like this here at Salisbury. Well, thank you to the great volunteers of the Salisbury Bowling Club.
Yeah, for hosting today and getting everything ready.
Yeah, well.
Hello, Dion from Wollongong. Nice to see you watching. I hope you're enjoying the game.
don't seem to have an internet connection on my feed, so hey Wollongong.
Might need to get a telco on board as a sponsor next year.
I'm concerned that Mark Heysen and Matt Northcott are watching us, considering we can see you watching us. You're on the other side of the rink.
Making sure we're doing a good job.
Streaky Bay.
Streak there, yeah,
Lovely,
Mark.
lovely part of the state.
And he's a Comets fan, which is good to see.
So they're really looking for a number. Interestingly enough, that Tyson would probably be aware of the overall board. So
yes.
you wouldn't think there'd be an enormous amount of pressure on him.
No, they'd be just looking. It looks like they're holding 2 at the moment.
Which is obviously 4.
Yes, which would make it the draw. But James won't let that happen, I would believe.
Well, he won't go down screaming.
No. It's just a bit heavy.
Oh. So this is interesting. You know?
Yeah. Is there tactics being played into this, or?
This is why you never close the book on the game. It's particularly with power plays.
Exactly. What's James going to do here?
Well, he has to make a change up there.
He's making. It looks like he's gone controlled weight.
Well, second wood does it.
Oh yeah, it's great weight in the end.
Yep.
Oh, they got the one.
No, this is a big bowl.
This is a big bowl. It's Tyson's last bowl. Looking at seeing how they can get some numbers. 3 to win, 2 to draw, with their power play being in play. But you've got the Comets bowls all around, so
well, they've got them covered down the line.
they do, and the Comets got the tee covered as well, so can't play big weight.
What I call I call it a scissor, where every second bowl.
Yes.
So it's going to be very difficult. He has to feet taps this, and then
come in
gives
this,
it a tap at 3 o'clock. Kitty hits back and stays at. You're probably at a 3. Likelihood, probably not so much.
No. Well, he's just probably left it a foot short.
No. I think that falling over might
Yeah.
have. Yeah, Nathan's face does it all.
James and Scotty got a smirk on their face. Scotty asked James to play the unplayable.
Well, you wouldn't want to hit your bowl out. I know that. Kiss of death on James, unfortunately.
Scotty's clapping it, so he's liking it.
Well,
Nice.
I don't believe he's did that.
2 down, which
down,
makes it a draw.
That's a draw.
It's a draw. Oh, it was a very good game in the end. Oh,
Yep, that's it.
so we've got the
That's
draw.
the draw. Well, there you have it.
There you go.
So that's how valuable the power play is. You
Nice.
called it early.
I did call it early, and it was what a comeback for Tyson and Nathan, having been down quite a bit early and clawing back and not being out of it.
Yep.
They've come back with a draw.
So Jess, there we see the first game of 4 today with the draw.
Yes.
Tyson Comets of James Gregory and Scott Thorburn against the Southeast Spartans of Tyson Wilson and Nathan Black.
Yes.
So look, I'm going to be having a seat for the next couple of hours and getting to watch the games myself.
Yes, I'll be umpiring. So
There you go. Thank you very much for volunteering.
yeah, well, yes.
So guys, on behalf of myself and Jess, thank you very much for watching and listening in today.